This morning is beach day at my house, and I just pissed off my 12-year-old because I told her to wait. And before I got sick, the request that she made of me, I would have easily have done it. It wouldn't have been a problem at all. But because of my illness and my energy and my capacity, I knew that if I said yes to her to that, that would essentially cancel out our beach day, thus breaking a promise that I made to her almost 2 weeks ago now. So if you are in a place where you're dealing with Black fatigue, chronic illness, the challenges of parenting with autoimmune disease, and you're tired of your boundaries affecting your family, this is the video for you, 100%. So, oh goodness, again, welcome back. Uh, I definitely did not plan on this morning going this way. We got up for a beautiful walk with our dog, and who may or may not be joining me shortly. And it was, beautiful day. And my youngest child, she's in the process of doing some deep cleaning for me to be able to earn extra money, which I'm super grateful for because a lot of those things I just can't do right now. I can't do it as frequently as I normally would. So she wants extra money. There's definitely some things in the house that need some tender loving care. I'm so grateful. It's a perfect match. So what ended up happening this morning is before they can get credit for whatever they did, they have to have a grown up sign off on it. And so she has a play date tomorrow. She really wanted some extra money, which I get it. She wants to have fun with her friends. And my husband was walking out the door. He had to go to work in person this morning. And so she's asking me to go around the house and to check w- something that she did in terms of cleaning, just scrubbing the all the doors in our house. And so again, I'm super grateful that she did it. Really happy. I don't have time to do stuff like that anymore. Tired of looking at it. And she's like, "Oh, I need you to go check all around the house and check both sides of the doors because you'll be happy that I did it. It looks good." And I'm like just sitting there thinking, if I add one more thing to my morning, we're not going to get out the door to the beach. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to add. I'm still waiting on an iron infusion. So iron infusion is in 4 days. So I am literally operating at a deficit. And so just to even say that I was going to go to the beach this morning was a big commitment. So I just could not add one more thing. If for y'all out there, who are caregivers, parents, you already know that if you add one more thing to your to-do list, and sometimes that means you add another thing and another thing and another thing, and next thing you know, you don't have any more energy and you just can't do it. And then you failed completely. So the best thing that I could do to protect the promise that I made to her was say, "Hey, honey, I would love to do that. However, we need to get out. We need to do this walk for our dog. And after we do the beach, then I can take a look at it. I just can't add that to my to-do list before." And she's like, "What?" Eh, She was not, she was not happy with me. I definitely not only disappointed her, I made her really angry. And so on our walk, she didn't talk to me a whole lot. Her and her sister got to talk, which I'm so thankful that they have each other. And I just kept wanting to do this thing where I add one more comment, say one more thing, like, "Oh, well, look, this is hard for me too," and all these things. And I just so thankful for some inner wisdom inside of me that just said, just hold your peace, hold your peace. Hold on just a second. I see my dog is like chewing something. I don't know what he's chewing. Okay. Looks like a little piece of paper. So I'm just okay. So, it was just this place where I decided to keep my hands off of it, not keep picking and picking and picking and picking and trying to make her feel better, trying to make her feel better, allowing her to have her own feelings while I was still also having my own feelings. I felt like a disappointment. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to hold on to this little disappointment because I don't want to have a big disappointment with her later because I just don't have the energy and I can't. I can't. Thanks. That was sweet. So my daughter, I distress. He came for me. So, yeah, yeah, petita. Yeah, that's good. So she I needed to just let her do her thing, and I'm just kind of just trusting and just holding on to the fact that we're outside. There's, you know, fresh air. There's also this place for us where we're moving. She's with her sister. So I'm just going to have to trust that everything is going to be okay and that she's allowed to have her feelings about it. She's just allowed to have her feelings. And I just needed to also say, wait, that's what I had to do in that moment. And I'll be honest with y'all, the walk sucked. It sucked. But now the weather was perfect, absolutely beautiful. And inside of my stomach, my guts was just churning and churning and churning because I could just see that I I felt my kid. It was something so simple. I didn't even say no. I just said, wait. And I know a lot of y'all out there probably like, what is your big deal? Like, Virginia, get yourself together. You just told your child to wait. It is not that big of a deal. But I'm so thankful for that walk because on the walk, I also realized she's angry. And that's part of the stages of grieving. So she's completely and totally entitled to how she feels. And I get that and I hear that. And I'm also in the grieving process as well. I'm not showing up as the way that I normally would show up. I'm not just saying, Mom, I'm not able to just add one more thing and just keep going gracefully with strength and protection. I can't do it. I can't do it. And so now one of the things in my family in terms of just whenever I'm just trying to share where I'm at, I usually just say something like I can't. I don't even have a whole lot of explanation. I don't even go into all things. I'm just like, I can't. I just can't. I can't. I can't. And I hate being a mother. I hate it. Especially this is again summertime and the kids will have a good time. I wanted to help them have a good time. This is also my first summer being diagnosed with autoimmune disorder. And I'm not able to do all the things that I used to do. So it makes perfect sense to me that she would be angry. It also makes sense to me that I would be sad, maybe even feel some guilt. And so, why am I putting words to this? I'm putting words to this because sometimes when a family is going through the grieving process, because one of the caregivers is burnt out or has an autoimmune disorder or is dealing with black fatigue, just the sense of us being tired of holding all the things that we have to hold as Black people. So we can all be in different places at the same time. And so I just kind of allowed her to be where she was at. I allowed myself to be where I was at. I did just decide just to keep going. And by the time we got home, my daughter was in a completely different space. She seemed like she was much happier. She's ready to get dressed for the beach and get all cute. And my heart was still just heavy and sad because she even had to go through that at all because I'm not able to be who I normally am. So, my tips for you out there is something is getting stirred up and something is happening in your family. You're having to say something that you don't normally have to say. you're noticing your limitations, my first recommendation to you is to take a big breath. And sometimes as we're taking that big breath, it just comes in a place of a sigh. So sometimes it is just, why do that? Number one, it helps you release some carbon dioxide that maybe that we're holding on to. It also gives you that process where you can get in some fresh oxygen, which our brains need, especially in times where it's our job to have a regulated nervous system for our kids' sake. So that was the first thing that I did. The second thing that I did was I slowed myself down. So after I, already set my boundary, I knew that that's just kind of where I needed to stand. I just can't. I can't. I didn't go into all the things. I didn't go into I need to have the infusion. I didn't do any of that other stuff. I just can't, baby. Uh, maybe after we come to the beach, then I can do it. So, but I'm just not sure about what my energy level is going to be. Full disclosure. So, um, again, take lots of big breaths because this is not easy. Um, After I took those deep breaths, I did share with her, I did stand my ground. I had to take some time to listen to some of my own inner wisdom and to listen to that. Some folks describe it as listening to a voice kind of in the middle of their head. Some people describe it as a gentle wisdom that's inside their heart. Some people describe it as kind of like a gut feeling of, my gut just told me. So some people describe it as like an all over feeling, like just an all over knowing. However, you tap into that inner wisdom for yourself, I had to take some time to tap into that because I was ready to go into fix it mode. Like, oh, well, it's done the third, and it's gonna be so much fun at the beach, and da, 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 da. Like, I need to just let her have her experience. She's entitled to be angry. She's entitled to be angry. So my inner wisdom said, stop, 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 stop. Let her have her own feelings. That was so hard to do. But my therapist brain was able to kick on at that point between the deep breathing and having some time to kind of connect with my inner wisdom. My therapist brain said, yeah, you should not chase her. Let her have her own feelings. I'm like, thanks, therapist brain. But initially, mom brain, bummer brain, like that's all mom guilt. Like that's all that was really loud for me initially. Like I couldn't hear or think of anything else very clearly. And so that's why that big breath or that big sigh is so important because it does help us slow down and to connect with inner truth that is there for you. So after we did that, we went on our walk. I got to get some fresh air. She got to get some fresh air. We got to move our bodies, which also helps you complete this cycle. After we were able to do that, then I was in a place where, excuse me, I think I'm getting a phone call right at the moment. Oh, goodness. Um, then what was it? Uh, After I was able to connect with some of that inner wisdom that I knew I needed for myself, I was able just to kind of calm down even more on the walk, be able to focus on the dog, beautiful weather that we had this morning. We got into the house. My daughter was in a different place. And so I just kept kind of talking myself off of a ledge, like, she's okay. She's okay. Continue to do some of the other things that you need to do so that you do have the energy to even do the beach day. Because if I got so distracted because I'm trying to make her happy and make sure that she doesn't feel these feelings, then I'm not getting my electrolytes in that I really needed to get this morning. I am not getting in the rest of my supplements that I have to stagger in the day. I'm not getting those things in. And because I'm not getting those things in, then that definitely is going to sink this promise that I had for her. But again, I could not connect to any of this other stuff if I would not have slowed myself down first. And so I appreciate the time that you have taken here with me this morning. The things have just been kind of a little bit crazy here in this video. And at the same time, this is my life. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, I do ask that you take that time to do that right now. And my name is Virginia. I'm a licensed mental health therapist who was recently diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder. And I do ask that you take some time today to do something good for you and also do something today to take care of those that are in your life.